he took the motion from you and got the glory of impeaching the governor. Isn't that what you have said?
I've said...
You want us to play that clip again?
It can be played because I've said Mawira took away the motion from me, and he told the people, Meru, he took the motion because he was sure the governor was going.
You want us to replay that clip again, where you're saying that he took the glory of trying to impeach the governor?
Yes, him, not me.
Have you heard yourself say that Mawira took the glory?
He was taking, not me. You were confused and said, I'm the one who was taking the glory. It is Mawira.
Thank you. So
yes.
Two issues here,
yes,
Madam Witness.
Yes.
Motion processes in Meru ni biashara. And second, there is a glory attached to it. And I want to take you there shortly. One, tell us, and you have just told us that you drafted the motion. You are not a lawyer, are you?
Honorable members, please allow them to finish. You'll get your time. No, you'll get your time to actually just note. Write it down. You'll get your moment to actually speak to that.
You have said you were involved in the process of drafting the motion. Is that still your position?
Yes.
But you're not a lawyer. You could not have possibly.
I drafted even this other one. I'm a teacher, and I'm aware of the violations.
Did you have any help of a lawyer to draft that motion?
Of course, I got a help of a lawyer.
For legal services, at a pay, isn't it? You must have paid your lawyer to do that. Don't worry, I'm not asking you how much. But you must have paid your lawyer for that.
I did not pay anything.
You did not pay anything?
Yes.
Is that the same lawyer representing you before the Senate today?
No.
Who drafted? Which lawyer helped you draft the motion?
The lawyer who presented the county assembly in the last proceedings.
Which process you were involved in? That's what you've just told us. You were involved in the previous motion as well?
Yes.
Including the drafting?
Yes.
So the lawyer who represented you in the last impeachment process was the lawyer who drafted the motion for you?
He assisted me in drafting the motion.
And subsequently represented the county assembly?
Yes, because I was doing it on behalf of the county assembly.
Let us talk about your appearance here today.
Yes.
You are seated here today and you're earning allowances for conducting this business, correct? True or false?
Not true.
You are earning per diems today.
Not true. I've not earned any. I've not been facilitated by anybody to come here. I facilitated myself.
So, if later it is confirmed that you received funds during the process of impeachment, you would have taken away public funds without having any justification. Is that your evidence? And be very careful because it is going on record.
I can confirm I've not received anything personally.
Thank you. During the last impeachment, were other MCAs and yourself paid?
Counsel?
Yes.
You have 13 minutes to go in your hour for cross-examination.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So it is your evidence that none of the MCAs are paid during these processes. We just want a confirmation.
I'm not aware.
You did not receive any funds during the impeachment process. During the last 3 processes, you have not. Not even a single coin.
I can't remember because there are so many payments that are made in the assembly, and I can't remember whether I was paid for coming for impeachment. What I'm saying is that right now, as I sit here, I've not received anything.
You have not received anything?
Yes.
We have looked at the Auditor General's report.
Yes.
Honorable Senators, I want to refer you to page 272 of Volume 1B of the Governor's response. Volume 1B of our exhibits at page 272. Kindly look at it. It's Governor's response. I want you to look at the first project that has been flagged by the Auditor General of Meru County. we can provide for the sake of time. Are you able to look at that specific page, 272 1B? 272. What is the first project the county government of Meru has been identified of doing by the Auditor General of Meru? By the Auditor General, sorry.
The first activity is motions for the impeachment of the governor, Meru County, 2 motions for the 2 impeachment attempts.
So the Auditor General of Kenya flags 2 impeachment motions as a project of the County Assembly of Meru, correct?
Yes.
That would, of necessity, mean public funds were utilized. Yes. Otherwise, the Auditor General would not have deemed it fit to include it there, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us how much money was spent cumulatively by the County Assembly in at least those 2 projects? Are you able to tell us that?
I'm not aware. I don't know.
You do not know.
Yes.
Which committee do you serve at the County Assembly?
I serve in a number of committees.
You serve at the Committee of Public Accounts Committee.
Yes.
That is the account that scrutinizes the reports by the Auditor General, correct?
Yes.
Have you come across that report? It's 272, Honorable Senator, of Volume 1B of the Governor's exhibits. As a member, and maybe let's just scrutinize your role as a member of PAC. Yes. What is your main role?
My main role as a member of PAC is to consider reports that are committed to the committee by the County Assembly.
I want you to look at Article 229(8), specific to your role. Are we there? 229(8) of the Constitution. Tell us your mandate as a member of the PAC.
228.
229(8, sorry, 229(8.
Okay.
It is, first of all, confirm that chapter talks about the report of the Auditor General, correct?
Yes.
What is your role under 229(8)?
Within 3 months after receiving an audit report, Parliament and the County Assembly shall debate and consider the report and take appropriate action.
Thank you. As a member of this committee, have
Yes.
you discussed the report of the Auditor General in the discharge of your mandate under that article?
It has not been tabled. The report has not been tabled by the chairperson.
That report has not been tabled.
Yes.
You have relied on that report
Yes.
to impeach the governor.
Yes.
Meaning you have had an opportunity to look at it, isn't it?
Yes.
But you have not discussed.
We have not discussed because it has not been tabled
When
to
did
the
you?
committee.
When was that report received? When did you come across this report? Because you are relying on this very report to show,
Yes.
number one, that the governor is using a manual payroll, isn't it?
Yes.
Your evidence is derived from that report.
Yes. I got it immediately. I cannot remember the date, but I got it immediately. It was released by the Auditor General.
So you confirm that you got it immediately.
Yes.
As a member of this committee, you have not taken any steps in the discharge of your mandate under that article, have you? You have not.
I'm not the chair of the committee.
But you're a member of that committee.
I'm a member of the committee.
Thank you. Let us go straight to now the charges. And I'm looking at the charge where you want the governor impeached for illegally revoking the appointment of one Virginia Kawera.
Yes.
Do you know Virginia Kawera?
Yes.
What position did she hold before becoming the CEO of the board?
She was a finance officer in the Department of Finance and Economic Planning.
She was
Yes.
an officer, senior principal finance officer.
Yes.
Is that a position where services are still needed within Meru County?
Yes.
Has there been any replacement of that position pursuant to her joining the County Public Service Board?
I can't confirm. I
Madam
cannot
Witness,
confirm.
this is your motion. Were you not interested in finding out whether that position was filled? The truth of the matter is that that position has not been filled, isn't it?
It wasn't a subject matter in my motion.
It was not.
It wasn't.
You are aware that Virginia took leave of absence, correct?
Yes.
A person who takes leave of absence is still holding that position, isn't it? That position is not given to any other person. Am I right?
No.
It is not.
It remains vacant for the contract period that,
And for how long
yes,
is the contract of Virginia Kawira running?
6 years.
6 years.
Yes.
So for 6 years, that position will not be occupied and there will be no service delivery in that position.
The position can be occupied by law.
How would it be occupied by law?
The appointing authority in the department can appoint somebody on acting capacity.
For how long can someone act? 6 months, isn't it?
Then
The law prohibits anyone to hold a position for more than 6 months, correct?
there is deployment. Somebody can be deployed to work in that position.
In a substantial-
There's a difference between,
In a substantial position? Is that
yes,
your
can be
evidence?
deployed, yes, by public service management laws.
Thank you. When was Virginia appointed as the CEO of the board? The specific dates, when?
Legal counsel, you only have 5 minutes remaining.
Thank you.
Conclude your examination.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. When was she appointed? When did she assume the role of the CEO?
Virginia was appointed on on 1st September 2023.
1st September 2023.
Yes.
By that time, to the best of your knowledge, had Virginia relinquished her previous position when she was being appointed? Had she relinquished or even sought leave of absence by that date? When did she seek leave of absence? To make things easier for you. When? It was on 2nd of October, am I right? Kindly refer to our documents, Honorable Senators. Volume 1B of the Governor's response at page 8. Do you find a letter where Virginia is now seeking leave of absence? On 2nd of October. Can you see it?
Can see it.
What is the date of that letter?
2nd October 2020.
And when did Virginia assume the role of the CEO?
She was appointed on 1st of September.
1st of September.
Yes.
So then, this Virginia served in 2 positions for a whole month. Am I right?
I can't confirm, but as per the records, yes.
As per the records, yes.
Yes.
Don't you think that is an illegality where an officer serves in 2 positions without any justification?
Yes.
Thank you. You have relied on an advisory by the board saying that the governor's revocation was illegal, correct?
Yes.
When that advisory was issued, who was the secretary of the board from where the advisory emanated?
Virginia was the acting Secretary.
Thank you. So Virginia was the acting secretary of the board that issued this advisory, correct?
Yes.
Don't you think there's a conflict of interest then, where the secretary of this board sits and takes minutes, and an advisory opinion is generated from the same board?
Not
Don't you think
true.
there's clear conflict of interest?
Not true. The letter of revocation was addressed to the chairman, and it is the chairman that responded, and responding to a letter does not require any minutes. So the letter of
how
the letter,
are decisions of the board arrived at? Is it the chairman who makes a decision, or it is subject to the board's discussion, minuting, and subsequent communication done?
I don't think there is any provision of the law that requires an advisory to be discussed in a board meeting, in my own opinion.
But you confirm that Virginia was the secretary of the board by the time the advisory was
She was, I confirm she was the acting CEO of the board at that time, and that one disqualifies the earlier question that she served in 2 positions. Actually, I've forgotten, she was still appointed by the same government as the acting CEO of the Public Service Board. So she was still at the Public Service Board.
Now, you have relied on a particular provision of the law to say that the revocation was illegal. What position was that? And in your view, what ought to have been the right procedure? Mr. Speaker, sir, with your indulgence, I see my time is up. At the beginning, we had gotten a promise that we would reconsider the timelines. Upon lapse, I kindly request to be given half an hour for me to complete.
Legal counsels, I think both sides, I need to make a ruling on the time issue. I think this time around we have to be very stringent to the times allocated. We had agreed that the evidence and cross-examination will take 4 hours. The county assembly side has taken 3 hours on one witness. We have given 1 hour for cross-examination. We are left with 1 hour, and I think legal counsel, you'll have to advise at this point in time, how are you going to utilize the 1 hour you have?